Start her up.
Boom!
Oh,
Here we are,
guys!
George here, back again with a train stream. Today, we are running trains. Got his sponsored shirt on.
Got it? Got it.
That he had to pay for. eBay bucks back, right? eBay bucks.
$8 back for this, man. I'm sponsored. Not only lying out with the shirt, also. Hey, well, live stream.
Talk about everything but mostly trains.
Oh, we got always. No.
Do, 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 do. That's the stuff.
All right, let's got some out here. Got to turn this up. Let me see. Hopefully, we got some. We got a mic on, George, for the first time. We're trying this out.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Oh.
So,
I don't know. Is everybody hearing an echo on George and me, or hopefully not an echo? But we've been trying this out, trying to see if we can get this working right with George. Thanks everybody for coming. First off, for those of you that are new here, I'm Wally.
I'm George.
He's the dad. I'm the son.
Wait, what?
See, I confuse him. He's easy to confuse. I blame it on the fine public school system where we live. So, George, good to be here, right? Sunday.
Uh-huh.
Things are speeding up in the world these days, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
We're making some time to hang out here and run trains in the basement.
That's right.
That's right.
So what are we running tonight, George?
So today we're running the MDH
Pro
Sound
Sound 3 Monon set. I think this was an exclusive for Mr. Muffin's trains,
if I'm correct. But yeah, it's a pretty neat set. It comes with 2 Pro Sound 3 F units and 7 cars. Wait. Yeah, 7 cars.
And yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's one of my favorite sets. It's actually my grandfather's. He's letting us borrow it for a little bit. And then on this track, we've got the big boy running with the 4141 and the passenger train my passenger train. So yeah, it's pretty neat. And yeah, that's what we got going on today. So I got the volume turned down on both of them. So you can't hear them currently. But yeah, they're both really neat sets, and the Monon's really neat set, and the big boy's pretty cool too. I love the passenger set behind it. Yeah, so that's what we got going on today. I think that passenger set's probably been on almost every single stream we've had since I've gotten here.
I think so, George. I think so.
That is
It's a favorite.
I'm not sure if you can tell though. But yeah, man, dude, when I got that was just so cool. Anyways, yeah. So
how we doing on the George echoes? George still echoing there? Hey. All right, well, we're going to cut out the mic and we'll just tell George to speak up. My favorite thing to do. Tell George to speak up. Hold on. Oh, this might be it.
Bruh.
Try it now.
Hello.
How about now? We echoing? Hey guys, thank you everyone for showing up. Like I said, I'm trying something new a little bit here. For those of you just showing up, I'm Wally. This is George, GFW Trains. We talk about everything.
Mostly U-boats. I'm just kidding, trains.
Yep. We just had it. Isn't that crazy? All right, so here's what we're gonna do. This is we're just gonna go back the old-fashioned way because
Anyway, so I'm gonna explain what we're running today. So I've got running my grandpa's Monon MTH Protosound 3 scale Monon units, and these are pretty cool. They're pretty sentimental to us just because my grandpa worked for the Monon back in the day. Um, yeah, so we got him this set for Christmas a couple years ago when it came out. Um, and yeah, he loves the set to pieces, although he hasn't gotten a chance to run these. We've done most of the running on these, just because he doesn't have the DCS system on his lab. He's more of a TMCC guy, but he loves the passenger cars. He uses them with his TMCC Monon F units, which he has, and he just loves those to pieces. And the cool part with those Monon units too is you never saw a train like this on the Monon. Like, I mean, although they were made for the Monon like this, they were always like mixed up, you know.
Well, that's what Grandpa always says, right?
Yeah, that's what he does. So sometimes we'll put in like the gold F unit. Sometimes we'll put in the silver ones, but with the gold car mixed in the middle. So it's pretty cool. And
so if you're around our household and we're running trains, they're always hearing about the Monon.
yeah,
And how the Monon mixed up the trains. I think Grandpa really liked the Monon. He worked for a lot of railroads. The two that he talks about the most, that I think that he likes the most, were the Santa Fe and the Monon. Right. Right. So hopefully we got the echo out. I was trying a new thing with a microphone, thinking that might work, but we're just going old school. I haven't got the microphone to work out. George promised me he's going to speak up today. For those of you that are new around here, every once in a while, this is the father-son moment that we have going on here. George starts to be quiet or starts to fidget with stuff, and I have to get him back on track. But whenever I say, George, you got to speak up, get it in yellow, George you can just see George doesn't like that. Just right now, you can see it right now. He didn't even like me talking about it. But so let's talk about trains. Let's talk about trains. He starts touching stuff.
So yeah. So anyways, we've got these. I think this came out a couple years ago. I guess it's probably about 2016 is when they came out. The set came out. Does that sound about right? Yeah. So it's a really nice set. We were gonna try and get the gold set, but somebody bought the last one before my dad and I were gonna order it.
Yep. Didn't get in time.
Although that's my favorite set, those gold or silver and gold. I mean, black and gold F units probably they probably look really sharp. I love those scale F units. I think we in our family I think we have 3 sets of scale F units.
Yep.
The Rock Island ones.
Yep.
Those and then the Santa Fe ones, which my grandfather also has. But yeah, out of all of them, I think those are my favorite just because I like the sounds in it. Just it's pretty neat.
Yeah, they are neat sounds.
On the other track, we're running the big boy. With the 4141 behind it, and then we're running the
4014. Oh yeah, the 4014 and then the
4141 behind it, and then we're running my passenger train, which I got for my birthday, which is really neat. Thank you, Steven. And yeah, so that one's really cool. I think that, and I mentioned this earlier, I think that's been in almost every single stream since I've gotten it.
Pretty sweet set, man.
They haven't left the layout, that's for sure.
Pretty sweet set.
Yeah, so that is like those cars, man. I love them to pieces. I got those with the big boy, the other big boy that's you can't see it right now, but it's on the siding over there. And that one I run a lot too. I actually had a video. I think that's the train featured the most on our Instagram. That big boy as well. So yeah, if you aren't following the Instagram, it's GFW_trains_YT, and yeah, that's our Instagram, and I'm just posting.
Get your hash brown up on there. Hashtag hash brown.
Yeah.
Get that up on the internet. Put a hash brown on there.
Yep. And but yeah, so I just post some miscellaneous stuff. Like I have a couple videos of my cousins layout on there, just running sessions with my sister, and then by myself. But yeah, the most recent one was actually that big boy pulling the Monon passenger cars, just because, and it was going really, really fast. So yeah, that was cool. But yeah, so
well, right on, George. Let's see who we've got over here. Let's check some people in. You got that horn ready to go for all the new people here in the house. Thanks for coming. But one of the traditions that we like to do here on GFW Trains is see who's here. And when new people walk in the door, what do we do, George? Give them a horn or give them a whistle. We got the horn going today. We got that Monon F-unit horn. I'm sure somebody knows what kind of horn specifically that one is. Yep. So we got Robert Searcy in the house. Trainstorm PR Marquette Productions. Welcome, guys. Ben's Trains in the house. And we've got our man Amtrak guy, 91. He's a new watcher here.
Stream.
Welcome to the stream, Amtrak guy. George Worderick, OG George.
Who's that?
Well, we got George Worderick here, and then we got the original gangster, or the original train guy.
He owns the Monon F units.
Right, that's George Worderick. He's here. Our good friend Tim's Trains. We get Ben's Trains already? Hit Ben's Trains. We're not stingy with that whistle. Our good friends over there at Cross Anchors Railroad. Let's see here. Randall Ellison's in the house. Get that guy a whistle. Get that guy a whistle. CSX GAT44AC saying hi. CSX NS Train Video saying hello. Mama Yaya, Gloria Placencia saying hola familia. Get her a whistle. We got our good friend Sparky 107 in the house saying good day, model railroaders. Hey, you know what we need to announce too?
What?
By the way, good job getting into the yellow there, George. Good job. For those, this is a family. You can't be flicking me off on this. Oop, there you go. See, George is like a cat as soon as he hears something coming off the track.
Anyways,
So, all right, back to Sparky 107. So, we're going to be on his live stream on Wednesday.
Yeah. So,
7 p.m. Eastern.
um,
That's 6 p.m. Central.
yeah, and then 5 p.m. Western. Pacific, right?
Anyway, we're going to be on Sparky's stream. It's going to be really cool. But we got a chance to talk to him today. Kind of get some of the footwork set up in terms of the video and everything on this. It's going to be a lot of fun. He's for those of you who don't know, Sparky 107. He's a YouTuber, one of the first model railroad YouTubers that we started watching together, right? Or actually, I started watching it. And
I remember when I was super little. I was pretty into Sparky because I think I was probably at 200 subscribers, and he commented on my floor layout video.
Oh, I remember that. You were all fired up.
Yeah.
My gosh, you ran over to me.
And then he subscribed a week later. And yeah, that was pretty mind blowing. So yeah, I've been a pretty big Sparky fan for a long time.
So that's really cool. We're going to be on his live stream, right?
But yeah.
He's featuring different people that have live streams, like ourselves, on his live stream, which is neat.
Yeah.
Spread the word about his channel. And one of the cool things, for those of you who don't know Sparky, haven't seen his channel, he's done a couple of really neat things of trying to coalesce the YouTubers that are putting out content in our hobby, right, George?
Yeah, he's really been trying to promote it a lot, just get everybody boosted. And I think he's doing a really good job of it. That's for sure.
Right. In fact, in the in my comment down below, or in the section down below the screen here, I don't description. That's the word I was looking for, George. Thanks. Public school education, right?
Bum school, baby.
Bum school. We both went to bum school. So, there is a link to a video that Sparky 107 put out, which is a really, really cool idea. But there's 3 videos, so make sure you watch all 3 videos. But this is the link that'll take you to the first video. And it's basically an idea that he had to coalesce or to start a catalog of different people that are on YouTube that are model railroaders. It's really, really neat. So you post your channel up there, and you can go back there and it's a catalog of all of the different model railroader YouTubers, and it's a chance for you to check out their channels, them to check out your channels, and it's just a really good way to get a catalog to that because we're here on YouTube. The model railroading community is a small community. It's a tight-knit community, and a lot of us have some really, really cool YouTube channels, right, George?
Yeah.
We've met a lot of people, a lot of neat YouTube channels, a lot of neat friends. In fact, a lot of the people on here, Amtrak Guy 91, as a matter of fact. You and I were looking through the YouTube this morning. We ran across his channel, got some neat content, mostly video game content, but got some neat train videos as well. So you really like that, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Showed it to me, and here he is. So it's really neat. I like how this hobby's come together, and I appreciate a lot of the efforts that Sparky 107 has done for that, not only within the YouTube community, but just within our hobby in general. which is nice. So where was I? So we got PGH Train Fanatic. He's another guy.
He's another big guy too. Yeah, and we should probably ask him about. He's got a really cool Q2 that's weathered. So
oh, really?
He got that weathered.
Right. Okay.
We're interested in weathering some of our stuff. So if you know anybody.
I'm not confident enough to weather it myself, and I want to send out a couple models we got to some big guns.
I want to get that airbrush that you got for your birthday out.
Okay.
Yeah. Just maybe get start with crappy stuff, you know.
Right. So we got Grandpa Rails here. Get him a horn. And speaking of promoting each other's content, Grandpa Rails has got a really cool channel, and he's got a live stream that's going to be on right after ours. So when you're done with our live stream, make sure that you check out old Grandpa Rails over there. Just reading through this, Pittsburgh or PGH Train Fanatic says, hello, it's my first time here. Give him a tour. So let's do that. We've got a lot of new people here, George. Before we check anybody else in, let's we'll pick up we don't have the most sophisticated a camera system here, or microphone system, as you can tell, here at the GFW Trains Worldwide Studios. But we'll give you a tour around the layout for everybody that's new. This is a relatively new layout. We finished it up and got it working right before we had to do the stay-at-home. So it's a layout. There's George.
All right, sorry guys if it's pretty shaky. I'm gonna try my best, okay? So I'm gonna show you real quick. Here is the area that you guys normally don't get to see. This is kind of the corner behind the camera stand, which
we use a lot of this area, that area over there where George was showing.
For tools and stuff like that.
Because we're still working on the layout. It's not even close to completed, but we've got it at least up and running so that we can use it.
So yeah, here's the stand that we keep the
Worldwide Studios.
So
GFW Trains Worldwide Studios.
That's over here, and then over here we've got hallways. So we have lifting bridges that come up like this, and they come back down. We've got 2 of those on the layout. We've got this that we call the island, and if you ask my dad, this was probably the hardest part to construct on the layout, just because he had to figure out how to get the track power from to this part of the island, because over here is another one of those lift bridges, and I'm going to see if I can lift it up for you guys before the train comes around to see, and then open the door into the workshop. But yeah, so that's pretty cool.
And as you can see, the train layout goes all the way around here. So then coming back over here.
So over here we've got the curve switch, which is going to go to the 2nd level. As you can see, it kind of starts to move up towards, so if you can see the ramp, we call that the Dukes of Hazzard jump. But yeah, that goes up. Over here we have this train station. This is the start of the train station. It's a 4-track station. You can see 844 peeking out of the station a little bit there. But yeah. It's pretty neat having this station. It's pretty useful. You can use use it for storage and stuff like that. It's really neat.
So a lot of this stuff isn't built yet. It's just concept. So where the stations are right now, this is just kind of a concept as to how we want it to be built.
Yeah. So, for example, we might not have this right here. It might be at a different spot.
So, and as a matter of fact, that station is meant for the 2nd level. When we have the 2nd level built on the layout,
correct.
That's going to go up there.
Yeah, and then we have to find out a solution to fix these station platforms, because you can't get them to fit in between here without the trains rubbing. That's why there's none on this track right here, and they're all behind back there. But yeah, as you can see, this is the big boy I was talking about earlier. That's my big boy. Probably one of my favorite engines. Anyways, anyways, sorry guys, kind of had a derailment.
So back with me talking here. So on our layout, you can see that there's a ramp that comes up here, and this is just concept, and my problem is I don't have the carpentry skills to get this done. But the ramp comes up here, and it is meant to have a 2nd level that comes all the way around the layout here on the top. And the layout design is actually, the design is meant to be with the 2nd level, a double dog bone. So as George said, this is where the layout cut, or over here is where the switch cuts off and it goes up. That's still in the process. I might have bitten off myself a little bit more than I could chew in terms of my carpentry skills. I've tried to
reach out to a couple of trained friends that have some carpentry skills. And with the stay-at-home, it was really hard. So I might try and tackle that myself, or lean on that, or I might just reach out to a cabinet maker or something to see if they can give me a hand.
No one in the area. You know, what's up?
So yeah. Some questions that we usually get. This is a Lionel lift bridge. This is actually kind of neat. This is a Lionel lift bridge that when Mike Wolf worked for, I believe when Mike Wolf worked for Lionel, he was the one that put this together and contracted out.
Or it might have been he was under MTH. But
well, right. Yeah. I don't think he was working for Lionel, but he helped Lionel put the contracting together for that. So we have our different train stations back around here. Then we get back to the yard. And coming around here, and then back here, it's powered by 2 post-war ZW transformers, and we have it hooked up. We've got it hooked up to a lot of different systems. We've got Lionel Legacy, we've got Lionel TMCC, we've got it hooked up to the Lionel Wi-Fi, so we can use our phones, and we've got it the MTH Wi-Fi. And we've got MTH DCS.
Oh yeah, another thing is we recently got a DCS 1008 controller. Or I think that's what the number is anyways. But yeah, it's pretty neat. I like it a lot. Been using it a lot with the Monon engine. This is why I like the sound so much, because you know you can do a lot and find it to connect easier than the phones, which is really nice. But
right. And then for some of the that are new to the channel, we call our railroad the Yes Railroad.
Yeah.
Because we always say that when one of our favorite things is to go to Indy, and whenever they ask you, or the Indianapolis 500, and we've gotten a lot of really cool things there by just saying what?
Yes.
So we call our railroad the Yes Railroad because we kind of have that philosophy with model railroading too, right? George, can we get this train?
Yes.
There you go. See, but Yes doesn't just for that. Yes stands for
the Yorkville and Eastern Shore Railroad.
Right. The Yorkville and Eastern Shore, and the reason is that we live here in Yorkville, and when this is all completed, what we want to do is over here in our mess that we've got right now, we want to model this as to Yorkville, where we live, and it's going to start in Yorkville and go east across the United States. So we're going to have a river here. There's a river that runs through Yorkville called the Fox River. We're going to have the river here, and then we're going to go over here. And George, what's going to be in this corner over here?
So over here is going to be the start of Chicago, correct?
Right. The sky. When I say this is what we're going to model and what we're going to have on the background.
So over here we're going to have the station over here, and then over there on that side it's going to be New York.
So it's going to go across the eastern part of the United States, or from Yorkville east. It's going to be some artistic license going across there. You know, some of the spots that we really love. We're going to try and put in Washington, D.C. We love Indianapolis. I went to school in Indiana, so we're going to put some of that stuff in there.
And I like to call this part Saluda, too, because it's the steepest grade on our layout. So,
so that's good. That's good.
But yeah.
And then over here, you said New York,
right? New York, correct. And then I'm not sure what we've decided yet, but it's either going to be New Jersey or Washington, D.C.
With New Jersey, Eastern Shore, and then over here, Washington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're going to fit in Washington, D.C., because that's another one of our favorites out there. We rode DSL out there and spent a lot of time in Washington, D.C. So that's our railroad, guys.
Yeah.
So
that's our railroad.
There we are. So I hope everybody liked that. That's kind of where we're at. And like I said, it's a relatively new where we've got it. We've been working on it for a while, but just really slow. And we really got rolling on it right before the stay-at-home, didn't we?
Yeah, we were just kind of started doing that, or like conveniently the stay-at-home happened. We were basically practically, other than me doing school and him doing a little bit of work, we came doing. Huh?
Me doing a little bit of work.
Okay.
Oh, one of the other things I forgot to show you. This is one of my favorite parts of the railroad, and everybody loves this part. Right down here. That's our double crossover over there.
Oh, yeah.
So during the stay at home, we had a lot of fun working on the trains, and not only working on the trains, but kind of developing a live stream format and a live stream here.
I don't know how entertaining it is at times, but George and I sure enjoy it. It's brought us together not only as father-son, but also in the hobby, and we've had a lot of neat new friends. So, speaking of new friends, let me get back on this. Let's burn through this so we can get right to the other side. Let's see here. We got Randall Ellison in the house. Our good friend Brian Burns in the house. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see here. Jerry Satterley's here. Jerry is one of
He's the OG.
Yep, he is one of.
Other than Tim, he's probably one of the first people.
He was on our first very
first stream with us. I did a live stream one time that got 0 people, which is pretty nice. But yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
he
good
was
stuff.
A pretty OG person.
Good stuff. We got Caterade 66 here. Hopefully I got that right. From Colorado. Welcome. That's a new follower here. I hope you enjoy it. Again, I'm Wally. This is George, GFW Trains. For those of you who don't know him, he talks about everything.
Mostly trains.
Right. Let's see here. And where we at? We got Mommy Lulu in the house. Give her a whistle. Very good. Let's see here. Sorry for missing some of the stuff in here. If you want to post again, we'll catch back up to you. We got Cat Nut. This is great. Let's see here. We've got 2003 Marauder here. Get him a whistle. Railfan JK in the house. Cat Nuts 911 in the house. There we go. Silo's here. Very good. Trains and Things in the house. Our good friend with Trains and Things.
Signal.
Right, we're just about set to get that going. In fact, get those switched up so you can. We'll get those later, George. Let's see here. Did we get Grandpa Rails? Yep, we got Grandpa Rails. I talked about that. So, Trains Thing says just send me an email. I'll take a look at that. All right. Godot's 50 Donor Witches here from Buffalo. All right. Monon's giving me some problems there, huh, George?
Yep.
Let's see here. South Carolina. Trains and Things is in South Carolina these days. Well,
Oh, nice.
yep.
From Alaska to South Carolina. That's a pretty big move.
Yep. Yeesh, I just lost my place in all of this. Stephen Williams is here. Our train dog, friend from Chicago. Good stuff. Let's see here. I lost my place, so I'm probably missing some guys here. Mike from Cross Anchors. We got our buddies from Cross Anchors. Some great friends from there. I think we got Silo, right? Grandma Nita in the house. Very good. Sparky giving me a hard time about being long-winded. So PKP Model Trains is here saying hello, everybody. Well, welcome. Glad you could make it. Let's see here. We got Grandpa George. He's saying that we lost half our Monon train. He realized that long before George realized that. Silas says he fixed up his grandpa's Mark Steam train.
Oh, nice.
Yep. But the smoke machine and the traction, and it works. He fixed it up and it works like new. How the train's running there, George?
Monon's kind of giving me problems. I don't know, it's this one car. I have to look at it. But, so it's kind of giving me problems. Hopefully it doesn't get any more. And the other one's running fine. That one's always a good runner, but, yeah.
Very good. We got Model Railroad 1225 in the house. Good to see everybody. LGL Rail Yard. We haven't seen him around in a while. Thanks for coming by and hanging out with us again today.
Hello.
NSS Trains is here. Let's see here.
Chris Lambo's in the house.
Rainbow.
And I think that is going to catch me up. Oh, man.
A lot of people.
Yeah, good stuff, everybody. If I missed you, and I missed your comment, that's just because I wanted to get back up to speed. If I missed you, please shoot me another one saying another comment saying that I missed you. And we'll get you Brian. I got Brian already. Yeah, and if I missed your comment, we'll hit that comment up again. So I'm back. Monon's giving us some problems here tonight. So Randall Ellison says, before I forget, guys, the West Plains Model Railroad Club, that's in Missouri, will be holding its October and Christmas displays at the West Plains Opera House Ballroom. I'll try and get the exact times and dates later. Well, cool. It sounds good. That's in West Plains, Missouri, right? If you want to put out a little bit of information on that on the live stream, that'd be really cool. Really, really cool. So, yeah. So to get back to our train layout here, we've been working on it a lot. The curves are on the outside rails that you saw. Those are 080 curves, right, George?
Yes.
And what are the inner curves?
And the inner curves are 072, and then the outside track's gonna have 096 curves.
Right. So that's the upper rail, right, George?
Yeah, the upper track. Yep.
So I need to. So and I always watch Cross Anchor's live streaming in the videos that he makes and watch his bench work. And I wish I had the skills to do that stuff. I just don't. So I might have to just go forward and muddle through with that with what I know how to do and how to do that. Or I've been looking, like I said, I've got to find somebody to contract to do that. So George, speaking of Wednesday on Sparky's, you excited about doing that?
Yeah, pretty excited. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah? What are you excited? Tell me why you're excited about that.
I don't know. I just think it's cool. Been a Sparky fan for quite a bit.
Sparky!
Yeah. So yeah, I've been since I can remember. Like when I got into when I first started my YouTube channel, or probably about like I think 100 subscribers, and I found Sparky, and I watched his videos quite a bit, and yeah, I'd always, every time he did a giveaway, I think there's a big giveaway that he did. I think it was on a Bachmann DCC controller that I signed up for. Sadly, I didn't get it, but yeah, I was a part of that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I don't know, just been around for a long time, you know. Enjoyed his videos, and yeah, so.
Right. So hey, George, it's changing gears a little bit here. George R. from Connecticut was asking about the latest video we put up with the Toulouse trolley, or the Toulouse Avenue trolley. They're in New Orleans.
Oh,
when we were down there.
That was a while ago.
Yep. And is asking, when did you get there to New Orleans to do the video, George?
So I think that was about Thanksgiving of last year.
Right. November 2019.
So yeah, it's pretty long time ago, but we were down in New Orleans. I think we just gotten off the Natchez, which is a riverboat that they have down there, and we
it's actually like a paddle boat, right?
Yeah, steam paddle boat. But yeah, we were walking on the side of the train tracks, and all of a sudden we hear or not like you know, like the sound. I can't attempt to make it, but the sound of a train coming on the track, and we see the trolleys, and we're like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, so we saw that. It was really neat. Yeah, oh man, it was crazy how fast those trolleys stopped.
Oh yeah. Those trolleys are really fun in New Orleans, aren't they?
Yeah, they were like go-karts, like the way they stopped. But yeah, I thought that was probably the most interesting thing, just how fast they stopped, you know. Yeah, that's what I found the most interesting.
Yeah. So all right, we got a new viewer here, Ipswich, and he's asking the question, George, why are the trains running so slow? We got to come on a Fast Friday because you know what? Lionel Racing, I'm sponsored racer. And in fact, Tim was on here and saying that he's glad he beat me twice last Friday when he was here. I didn't tell him that I let him win. He's a friend. I don't want him to go home with his head down or anything like that. But so if you like fast trains, you like Fast Friday. And I think that if GFW Trains is known for anything, what is it for, George?
Fast Friday.
And what do we do on Fast Friday?
We race trains. We race trains that should be raced, and we race trains that shouldn't be raced. So we've raced some pretty cool trains, including the big boy back there.
What's the world champion train in the train races?
The blue,
I'll give you a hint.
The blue.
I'll give you a hint what the world champion train is.
Yeah.
The first letter is G.
G.
And the second letter is G.
GG.
And the third letter is 1.
What? Yeah, like the
GG1 took down the big boy like it was nothing. We had scale GG1 versus the big boy race.
battle of snails, man.
I guess so. But they can't call them midgets, right?
No, you cannot. Oh, man.
Yeah, the battle of the snails. But we have a bunch of them that we have. House engines. We've got the Red Rocket. We've got the Red Devil. We've got Blue Ra. We've got...
Yeah, we got them all. That's something I thought I...
They're all up over here, George. Yep, we got Rat Rod Thomas. But yeah, we love to race trains around here. So they might be going slow. They might be going slow, but yeah.
They're racing, that's for sure.
Right. So, George, why don't you pick some of those out? We'll see that. So, Trainstorm BR Barquette says, I'm back, got a belly full of pancakes, I'm ready to run some trains. That's good. And that just makes me laugh because Sparky 107 says, pancakes, oh man, now I have a craving. Yeah, you like, get some maple syrup on those pancakes.
So here's the Red Devil. This is a pre-war 1681 Lionel Jr. engine. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I like it a lot. I bought this at a train show for $25 with the tender, and it didn't run, and I was able to clean up some of the corrosion on it and get it to run. And it sat in my bedroom for a long time until my dad told me I needed to find a train racing engine.
There you
I
go.
could not find one, and I look over and I'm like, oh, I bet you this thing would be crazy fast. And just to give you guys a little, oh boy.
While George is doing that, Grandpa Rails is taking off. He's getting ready for his live stream. His live stream is going to be starting up here in a few minutes. It's going to be taking on right after ours. So when we're done here, head on over to Grandpa Rails and say hello to him on his live stream. So check him out. Check him out.
Anyway, so we have probably what is the face of the train racing, and this is the Texas Special Red Rocket. It's got rocket engines on the top. It's pretty cool. Yeah, this was my dad's original train racer.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh, dang. Stuff's coming out of it.
Put it back in. That's what makes it so fast. What's coming out, dude?
This light bulb. Bet
Oh,
you this
dude.
is like 20 years dead.
What?
Do you
Oh,
think-
yeah, that's a secret. Put that thing back in.
Do you think this was worth
How does
it?
it? Yeah, get that back in there.
There you go. Anyway,
Now it's got lights.
yeah, was that light bulb like out when you got it, or did it have a light bulb when you got it?
I don't recall. It's got rockets to make it fast too. Rockets. Rockets. Ooh, it just fell out again, George.
It where? Where'd it go?
Just LGL Rail Yard asking if you'd seen the new Amtrak Guy 365 video, George.
I have not.
Hey, Jacob Wilson's in the house.
Hey, Jacob.
Jacob, get this man a horn. I don't know how this thing works. There we go.
Looks like you just lost the thing that made it fast.
Oh my gosh, now it's going to be slow. Now it's going to be slow. So yeah, that's cool. Amtrak Guy just came out with a video. We love Amtrak Guy around here. We watch his videos while we work on the trains, don't we, George?
Yeah. Love that class. The intro is pretty cool. But yeah. Anyway, so here's the Rat Rod Thomas, which my dad made using a Thomas whistle, and I don't remember the body of this. This is
1666.
oh, cool, 1666 body. But yeah, this
Or
one
no, and the engine parts 1666.
chassis, and then this is the Thomas body.
The shilling Thomas whistle.
Yeah, but my dad
$20 challenge.
yeah, and it's a $20 Thomas train. Pretty neat, and yeah, sometimes this turns into a dragster when the body goes like this, and it's pretty funny. But yeah, it goes really fast.
Grandpa is telling me that 1 is not a letter. I'm gonna blame it on you and that education that you got me from Elgin High School, teaching me one of. Hey, R's Trains here. Corey's in the house. Good to see you, R. Give him a whistle.
Back from the dead.
Nope, he says that he's been watching from the start, but he's just chimed in. Hope everybody's doing well.
Well, hey, R's Trains. Just explaining the Blue Rock, which is the United States Marine Corps Alco. This is the one I like to race. This was my uncle's, and this is the one that always raced Texas Special back in the day. So this is another original racer. But yeah, we pulled a flare on this one. I don't know, just to light up the tracks. And yeah, it's pretty neat. Although it's not as fast as Red Rocket, it's got a flare.
Nice, nice. The right hands of the right engineer that could beat the Red Rocket.
That's right.
Luckily, nobody has been as good as me at the handle of the throttle with the Red Rocket. You couldn't beat me with Blue Rye even if you tried. Inferior racer.
I could beat you. I could be Red Rocket.
Inferior racer.
Any
We'll
day.
bring that on Friday. So here,
Put
Jordan.
blue on.
What's
The
that?
Red Rocket blue.
Oh, Blue.
Yeah.
Blue's retired, man. You don't want to bring him back and break him.
Bro, I mean, hey, Mario and Jenny still races the dual race car,
I guess
right?
he does. I guess he does. So George, there's some people on here that are that are going back and forth. GG1, ugly or not ugly?
I think it's cool.
GG1, in my opinion, is the most beautiful engine ever made.
I mean, you can't argue that it wasn't very successful. That's for sure.
Yup.
In fact, they were able to pull like
Train Storm. He's saying that it's ugly. Train Storm.
they were able to pull about like 20 heavyweights going, you know, like 80 miles an hour, so at a constant pace. So I think they're pretty successful. I think they're really cool engines. I like the JLC one that Lionel made, which we have, which is probably your favorite engine, if I'm correct.
Right.
That one's my dad's pride and joy. That one's upstairs on the high track, the layout upstairs, and yeah. So and then it's got a set of passenger cars. There's the fleet of motorism cars, which are the same or very similar to these, just Pennsylvania fancy.
It's my favorite train.
Yes.
My favorite train.
That was probably the nicest set we had for a long time.
Still is, dude.
Still is, yes.
My opinion.
My set is the nicest.
My opinion.
My set. But yeah. So that was pretty cool.
So, for those of you that just joining us, we're going to be on Sparky 107 and 107's live stream, 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
6 p.m. Central.
Very good. And
Whatever the rest.
so we're going to be there. It's Sparky 107 107's channel. So check us out. Check that out. I want to see if we can get as many O-Gauge guys out there to watch the live stream.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Get a bunch of the O-Gauge guys.
Yeah, we need some support for. We've got I know the viewership is more than just O-Gauge guys here, but I'd like to get a lot of the GFW Trains viewership out there watching the live stream. That'd be really cool.
Yes, there will be.
So, speaking of which, if you guys can do us a big favor too, while if you haven't already, if you can go over and smash that thumbs up button for us, that's really helpful for us to get our live stream back out to the algorithm. The YouTube algorithm, and it pumps our video out to new people to check out our channel. Had some pretty good success with that.
Yeah.
So if you could do me a favor, go over there, smash that thumbs up button. We would certainly appreciate it too. So did we get NSS trains, George? Let's get him. New one here. Ours train says that he likes Alco PAs. What do you think of Alco PAs, George? I like Alco PAs. The ones that I don't like are the shark noses. Those are the ones I think.
What?
Yeah, shark.
Actually, Tyco kind of ruined those for me.
What? How come?
I don't know. They're everywhere, you know. They made them popular. I don't like that. Like it's like similar to the Vanderbilt Hudson. I don't like that one either. Or the Commodore Vanderbilt. I don't like that one.
Really?
Yeah, because Mark's like kind of just. Like,
Oh no way! Those Marks Commodore Vanderbilts are famous. See, we
they're
had
cool. They're cool, but everybody's got one. You know, they're not like unique.
that is the original racing engine, man. When okay, the Red
Red Devil.
Red Rocket is like that one. but when we were growing up, my mom had a Commodore Vanderbilt.
Is that the Uncle Joe's, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh yeah, I got that one working for him. We ran it on Grandpa's layout and it stalled on the switches.
Man, but anyway, that one was the original racing engine. That's why I love those Commodore Vanderbilts.
Oh, and Corey, yeah, so I think I messaged you on Discord, but I found some really cool deals on some D&H locomotives that I sent you on eBay. So hopefully they're still there. But yeah, I saw some pretty neat stuff. I thought of you, so I might as well send them to you. But there's one. Actually, I'm not going to get into details so nobody else scoops those up before you. But yeah, I just thought of you when I saw those, and I was like, hey, seems like something Corey would want. But yeah.
So good stuff, good stuff. Wow, who did I just miss here? Somebody just came in and I lost it. We got NSS trains. That guy, 75. That's that guy we missed.
Hey, how's it going, Cody? How's
Cody's
New
in the
Jersey?
house.
Yeah, I've known Cody for a pretty long time too. I met him at the National Train Collectors Association's convention in 2017 or 18. I think it was 18, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 18. But it was in Rhode Island, and he belongs to a group called the Somerset County 4-H Train Masters, and they're a 4-H group, but they have a modular layout, no-scale modular layout that is very similar to the one I belong to, except for it's run by a bunch of kids under the age of 18.
Really, really cool club.
But I was spent the weekend with them, and we had a great time. I ran a bunch of their trains. One of these days, I want to make it out to your guys' fair. Just gotta find a way to fund a plane ticket and some shipping cartons so I can send my trains over. You know.
You can sell some of your trains.
Well, how am I gonna run anything then?
We got a lot of trains, dude.
What am I gonna sell?
So yeah. So yeah, good to see you, Corey. Thanks for coming and watching the stream today. I almost wore my Somerset shirt today. I wish I did now. Boom. Sparky says that he hit his head, and he's having O-gauge guys on this channel this week.
Right. Oh, okay, Cody. I was talking to Corey, which is R's Trains. I also know him as well, and he's a pretty big D&H guy. That's why I said I sent those to him. I might have said Cody on accident, but yeah. I think I might have gotten that mixed up a little bit, but yeah. Sorry about that, Cody, Corey. Oh boy.
So anyhow, we're talking about ugly trains, right?
Ugly trains.
And I've got one train that I think is the ugliest train
What?
ever. But
The U30.
The U30. I think it's the ugliest train ever. But you know those dogs that are so ugly that they're cute? Like a pug. My daughter loves pugs. They're so dang ugly.
Yeah.
But they're cute. They're cute because they're so ugly. This I think is the train version of a pug. The railroad version of a pug right here.
No, not U-boats, but wait, what?
The bipolar.
What?
Yes. Tell me that. It's so ugly that it's a good-looking engine. George doesn't agree, huh?
Yeah. I think those other ones that you're talking about too. No, he did not hate U-boats, but forget what they're called. Gosh, they were the competitor to the DD-40, if you know what I'm talking about. They were made by Alco. And yeah, that. Oh God.
U-50s.
Yes.
Thank you, Sparky.
They're not that bad. I think they're unique. Cause yeah, they weren't popularized by everybody. But yeah.
So yeah, but that bipolar, I like the bipolar. I like the way that it looks, but I think it's because it's in that category where it's so ugly that it's cute, or so ugly that it's good
I
looking.
think you're the only person that thinks that.
People like that one, huh?
I like that one a lot. It looks good with the passenger train, so can't argue with that. If you know what I mean.
Right. So Cody says, "All right, I'm gonna head out. I gotta walk home from my grandma's house, and it's getting dark out. So we'll see you around the roundhouse, Cody."
See ya, Cody. Don't let the caboose hit you on the way out.
Right.
So, Sparky 107, I didn't know this, that there's only 3 U50s ever made.
Yeah, they weren't very common, but they were made for the UP, and they were supposed to be the competitor for the DD40, but sadly they lost the horsepower race, as they like to call it. But,
Yeah.
Yes.
So, LJL Rail Yard's back. One of the things I like about LJL, he always asks questions, George. Chessie, or CSX or Norfolk and Southern? That's an easy one for George.
Norfolk and Southern. I like that they, I like the Norfolk and Southern, although my dad thinks that they have the lamest paint scheme ever. I think it's pretty
2
cool.
things I don't like about the Norfolk and Southern. One is the paint scheme. It's black and white. Who thought of that paint scheme? I wear black and white shirts.
Yes, but they are one of 2 railroads that have an actual heritage program.
Okay, I give them that. But they pickled their steam program. And not only did they pickle their steam program, when they mothballed their steam program, they almost made it so that their steam engines could never come back. They had one of the best steam programs.
Yeah, probably, honestly.
1218.
At the time, it was probably better than UP's, if you think about it. They had the strongest, 1218, which was the strongest steam engine in the world at the time, or strongest operating steam engine in the world, and they had 611, which was the only operating streamlined steam engine left. Yeah, luckily 611 was saved, and that's currently running excursion services. But 1218 sadly probably won't ever get restored ever again, just due to them.
That's one of my favorites. I love that. But I don't mind.
In fact, that was actually our first articulated locomotive. We
Right.
have a Lionel. I think they were made in 1997. Does that sound right? But it was the very first run of the articulated steam engine that Lionel did, and actually that came out at the same time as the big boy that I have did. I like to call them the bad boys because they caused the lawsuit between Lionel and NTH, the first big one that is well known between everybody. But yeah, I like to call those the bad boys just because of that. And yeah, so that was our first articulated steam engine. I'm pretty sure that was Grandpa's at one point, and then he gave it to us. And yeah, so we have a really cool passenger train to go with it, and I like to put one of, or my, well, that's yours. It's actually his Norfolk and Southern -9 dummy behind it, so you can simulate an excursion train, and honestly, that would look pretty cool next to the big boy one.
Right.
The 4141 behind it. But anyways, yeah, just gotta get a water tender for that train, and then it's perfect.
So Case Trains is here.
Hey.
Good to see you. And he agrees. He says, and Norfolk and Southern blew it with their steam program, and then sold off their OCSF units too.
Yeah, yeah.
But Sparky says they got a horse. Hey, we're going Nintendo right now. Stick with us. We'll be back. It's probably my daughter upstairs trying to stream something. So just hang with us. Listen to us. The video quality will be back in just a second. This is good though. We had our sound issues, and now we got our video issues. So all of the people that are hanging with us are able to get
the full experience, the full GFW Trains experience.
Right. We wouldn't want to take anything away from you all.
Oh, sure.
So there we go. I think we're back. So now you got the full experience.
That is right.
So one of the coolest things we've got just around the corner, Kay's Trains. He's got well known around here for making Christmas layouts.
Oh yeah.
And he's got some really, really neat video footage on his channel of those Christmas layouts. So.
Oh yeah, he's got an amazing. Hopefully, one of these days we'll get to go over there and see one of his layouts. But I know I remember actually watching his videos when I was little, and but yeah, and then we went to lunch out with a group of friends from the area, or a friend of ours that's into trains invited us to a lunch that he has from the guys that are into trains in our area, and he was there, and I hadn't put 2 and 2 together until he mentioned something about his YouTube channel. I was like, wait a minute, hey, I know you. So yeah, we like Ken a lot. He's a pretty cool guy. Yeah.
So we'll see you around the roundhouse there, Sparky. Sparky's got chatting along or running along.
hitting all the different live streams as we go through here. We'll see you on Wednesday. And one last plug for well, maybe not one last plug, but one last plug at least while Sparky's on here. We'll be on his O-Gagers Unite over there on Sparky's channel on Wednesday, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Eastern,
Correct.
6 p.m. Central. We're going to be on
Other times.
in another time as you get further west. So we're getting a lot of agreement here that the Norfolk and Southern blew it, George.
Yeah, they're starting to sell off some of their heritage units too, which is kind of weird.
Really?
Yeah, like you know the Sonic unit, the red one. You know the red one I'm talking.
Yeah.
They're selling that one. That one's for sale.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, I'd understand that though, because that is an older engine, and I mean they've got newer stuff that's probably better for the environment. Although they just put those through that was part of a rebuild program to make those make safer for the environment. But yeah, I mean, I would understand if they need to sell those off, you know. But hopefully it goes to a good home.
Right, right. Well, we'll see you around the Roundhouse, PGH Train Fanatic. It's great to see you around here. It's cool that you swung by. We'll be on Friday, next Friday, I think. Hopefully, if we don't have any baseball, we're doing some Fast Friday. So join us for the Fast Friday when we're train racing.
Yes.
Yep. Robert Cersei says the main reason the Norfolk and Western stopped using steam is that they couldn't get critical components, and because those manufacturers went out of business. Also, the Norfolk and back in Norfolk and Western, it was just cheaper to run the diesels than it was.
Yeah, I mean, I'd understand that. I mean, running a steam program is like, I don't know, nobody really can do it other than UP right now. But
right.
yeah, or than that in museums. But yeah, I mean, that's I don't know. But yeah, and yeah. Oh, so okay, I didn't know this, but Declinger says yeah, they are selling the Sonic unit because it was a failed rebuild.
Oh, okay.
So okay, I didn't know that, but yeah, I know they tried to rebuild a bunch of those older SD60s, -9s, and stuff like that. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
So DB Tech's in the house. Let me get DB Tech a whistle. Ryan Burns says that his money is on Norfolk and Southern having 5 years left.
I don't know. I think it'll be longer. I think it'll be around longer than that. I don't know. I mean, if they do go out, I think UP's gonna buy it or CSX.
LGL Rail Yard says Norfolk and Southern is his favorite modern Class 1. And then it says, they got rid of their F units. Yeah.
Yeah, they're at the Reading and Northern currently.
Yep. Ours Trains is agreeing on the time that Norfolk Southern has left, George. I think that's what he's agreeing on.
Oh man, I don't know. I hope not. But yeah, they called it. Everybody calls those F units the Marlboro F units.
Oh really?
You know why? Because there's a meme going around the internet when the Reading and Northern was repainting them. They took all the NS logos off of them, and somebody put like a Marlboro cigarettes logo on the front of it. Yeah, so that's why they call it that. But yeah.
So Stephen Williams on his way out. Stephen, we'll see you around the Roundhouse. My Chicago train dog.
See ya around the Roundhouse.
Yep. Trainstorm says you can't spell stupid without UP. So we were talking the other day. You say there's some kind of rub between Lionel and UP right now, George?
What's up? I don't know. They canceled the UP Gen set from the catalog. I know that's what I've heard, and I'm guessing if they canceled that, it's probably something to do with UP wanting money. So they've had problems with it in the past, and I bet you since they heard MTH is getting out of business, they're like, wait, Mike Wolf can't yell at us anymore.
Probably. Hey, you know who just popped on, George?
Who?
Humanity Junction. He's got a question for you, or he says something. Why don't you read that out loud? You know how to read, right?
No, it's that public education.
Hit that up.
I heard that you're not working on your T-Track module. I just came to scold you. I've heard. I have to head out, but I just wanted to say hi-bye. Well, it's got the track kind of laid out. It's placed on there right now.
I told him you might need a little inspiration, George.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's I gotta work on that. Yeah. One of these days I'll hopefully do it. But yeah, I'm gonna get that done eventually. Yes.
So PGH Train Fanatic says, what? Norfolk Southern splitting? I have no clue. No, this is just all conjecture about it splitting if it were to go out of business. I don't know if it's going to go out of business or not, but
I don't think so either.
I think that it's...
And honestly, I hope that they don't, because if, like, CSX takes over all of the East Coast, I mean, that's pretty boring if you ask me. Because you'll get a good mixture of blue and gray every day. But, yeah.
CSX got, even though they got 3 colors, that's a pretty boring paint scheme too.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you think about it, all of them are pretty boring.
No, Corey, ours train said that he likes Kansas City Southern. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, that is true.
Kansas City.
I keep forgetting about that one. That was cool. But, yeah, I think BNSF got a pretty... Actually, BNSF is cool just because of the track that they have. Like, they run pretty much in some of the most beautiful places in the United States. If you can change my mind, I highly doubt any of you can change my mind on that, but BNSF arguably has to have some of the coolest, like, trackage in the United States, and if you're able to find a cool spot that isn't in the BNSF that makes that railroad,
Right.
so much cooler than the BNSF, I would be so much surprised, but,
I missed
yeah, but, I think that that is probably got to be the most beautiful railroad ever. And yeah, I just love how they've got a bunch of the old Milwaukee road lines, which I think are amazing, just because the places they are in. Oh, excuse me. Anyways, but yeah, and then they've just got Montana, man. Montana's got to be my favorite place for, like, railroading, just because of the terrain and how, like, the trains went with the train instead of, like, going through.
Right.
But I think that's really cool. And yeah, that's why I like the BNSF a lot. And they just got all that stuff. It goes from, like, mountains to plains in, like, a matter of days when you're riding on it. But yeah, that's another one too. I would love to go on the Empire Builder one of these days just to see that.
Yeah, this is such a beautiful train ride. So not to interrupt you, George, we got another viewer just checking in. We got Real Toy Trains. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, down.
Real Toy Trains in the house. So that's thanks for joining us. You just here for your first time. I'm Wally. This is George.
Hello.
George talks about everything.
Mostly trains and U-boats. Just kidding.
U-50s.
Oh yeah, his favorite. U-50s.
Right. So Lambo's got a question for you. George, I have a question. When watching diesel trains, why did the first locomotive run cab forward and the second locomotive backwards?
So actually, I learned this from my grandpa. But they do this so they don't have to turn the engines around when they hit. So a lot of the time, railroads, they don't go in circles, So there will be they're point-to-point railroads, and a lot of the time they'll have to go to point A to point B without having to switch or go in one way. And so what they do is they'll take the engines and they'll put them, if they have 4 engines, they'll put one going one way and then 2 going the other way, or they put 2 going one way and then 2 going the other way. So then they can just go on a passing track, and then they don't have to worry about turning the engines around on turntables or like a Y, which really isn't. Not everybody has the space for, but a passing track is pretty easy to, there's a lot of them, if that makes sense. But yeah.
Right. So Real Toy Trains brings up an interesting point that he's from Boston, and he says when Conrail was here, the freight was amazing, and now that CSX owns that trackage, it's killing all the locals.
Well, I mean, because wasn't Conrail government owned though too? I mean, they got all like the I don't know. I think that I watched a video the other day actually with you about the Penn Central, and they made Conrail sound like it was like God, in the video. They're like, oh my gosh.
Everything got all fixed up in Conrail.
I do like the can opener paint scheme. That's got to be one of my favorites. And yeah, I like Conrail stuff because you can run it with like Norfolk and Southern stuff, like the Dash 9s and stuff like that, and it'll look okay if you know what I mean. But yeah.
Very good. So Timmy Benz is here. Get him whistle. Timmy got this MTH remote. This is a new one for me. I haven't been using that one at all. So they were talking about Horseshoe Curve. I'd like to go to Horseshoe Curve. We've
been so close to it, and then we just didn't go.
I know, but we couldn't. We were driving by,
Yeah, sadly.
Horseshoe Curve would be a fun place to go. We've got some really good train spots around here. We live in Chicago or in the Chicago area for those of you that don't know us, and we've got some really, really awesome train spots. We've got arguably one of the best train museums in the world right by our house.
Yeah, the IRM. No, it is.
The Illinois Railway
It is
Museum.
the greatest. But yeah, they've got probably some of the coolest equipment there. The only thing that they don't have, which I don't understand why they don't have one, is they don't have a big boy, which is kind of surprising, you know.
Right,
But
right.
I know what compared to other railroad museums, it's a pretty modern railroad museum. I think they started it around the 70s.
Oh, way earlier than that.
Oh,
I'm
they
sure
did?
that Tim will tell you.
Yeah, but I know there's a lot of other museums that started, you know, and I think one of the reasons why they didn't get a big boy is because they were handing out the big boys as soon as they got rid of them.
Right.
You know? But yeah. Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of really cool. They have a really neat collection. They've got some really neat one-of-a-kind stuff. I mean, hey, if you want to see a Casey Jones steam engine, they got one of those.
Right, Casey Jones actually drove that steam
Yes,
engine.
and they've got plenty of steam engines. They have some really unique ones. Yeah, so that's they've got the Nebraska Zephyr, which is the last surviving E5, right?
I don't remember what.
Last surviving some type of E unit. But yeah, it's really neat, and yeah, if you haven't been there, I suggest checking it out if you're in the area.
Right. So 7615 Rail fans here. Good to see a 716 Rail fan. Thanks for coming by. And Real Toy Trains says that Conrail was government owned because the rest of them were running themselves into the ground. Right. Because you had Penn Central, which was just a mess. I never realized what a mess the Penn Central was by the time that the Penn Central went out.
Yeah, that we watched the video on it the other day. And
Right.
Just like people they lost a train for a week. Like it's just okay. I'm gonna tell this story because it's really cool. And so basically, when Penn Central first started, right, they had this coal drag that they were taking to a power plant to get made into power because that is probably it's what powers America, you know, and coal. And so basically, they had this train, right, and they was taking it to this power plant, and apparently the engineer just didn't want to be on it anymore. And he stopped the train, just went home, left it there on a siding, and
They
They
lost the train.
they didn't know where it was until the power plant called them and was like,
They didn't
"Hey."
even know that it hadn't been delivered yet.
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, where's our coal?" And they're like, "What? Your train's not here." Like a week later, too, after it was supposed to be delivered. And yeah, so that took. They didn't know where it was, and yeah, so apparently, like, there's some people that were faking the logbook, so it made it look like they were making a profit every year when really they were losing millions and millions of dollars. Yeah, so it was pretty. And it got to the point too where the government they were begging the government for money, so
Right.
they made a video.
It was like,
A video of how bad it was.
I can't believe
And, dude, the video was like amazing, dude. It showed like an engine just like running off the rails. It showed
flat car like going over a box car going over a hump.
yeah, and it just like
Went off
fell
the
off and it went into like some ditch. And when they filmed the video too, they asked them, the people in the government thought it was fake. They asked them, "Did you guys stage that?" And they go, "No."
That's just how bad we suck.
Yeah. And then they showed a video of them like taking out the cars from the machine shop, right? Or like where they were so basically they had miles and miles of cars that needed to be fixed.
Keep talking.
And
Keep talking.
yeah, so they go to the machine shop, right? And they're pulling out this brand new box car that had just been fixed.
Hey, Midwest Rail Production. Got everything shut off here. All right. I get you.
Just don't press the horn button until it's up.
Tell us.
Anyways, so yeah, they're pulling this box car out, and as soon as they pull the box car, the axle breaks out from under it.
There we go.
But yeah, so that's
1-800 Clyde. Got it stuck on. The batteries must have gone dead on this. So keep talking, George.
But yeah, that was that's the Penn Central for you.
There we go. Very good, very good. Real Toy Train says that you just basically said what he said. So speaking of that, Real Toy Trains hasn't been around here for a while, and he's asking about our Y right there. George says he wants to see a train go on the Y. Let's do some train action here. So yeah, it's interesting. While George is doing this, there's some interesting stories about those railroads and when they were going bankrupt and what was happening over there. I'm gonna move this back out here, and so you can see this a little bit better from. So for those of you that are just joining us, our layout is something that's been a slow process, but it's something that we haven't had operational for a while. We just got it operational on about. Yeah, you can use your phone. So there's the GFW Trains Worldwide Studio. Worldwide headquarters. So we just got this up and going around March. So it's still very much a work in progress. I'm not progressing as much as I'd like, but it's very much a work in progress. So it's going to be a two-level dog bone layout when we're done. But yep, as you can see, we've got some neat stuff on here right now. This is the yard section of the layout, and this around the corner here is where it's going to lead up to the second level. None of that operates right now. It's just kind of a concept design. Need to get down here and really put some effort into this. But I'm not a real good carpenter, so putting the bench work for the second level is going to be a little bit beyond my pay grade, as they say. Conrail 8098's here says, I've hit 100 subs. Well, congratulations on that. Good work. Good work. And D. Klinger hit 50 subs. He's going to make a 50 sub special there. Well done, guys. And by the way, welcome, Conrail 8098. I'm glad you could make it here for a while. Randall Ellison says there's a Brady Bunch spoof about the individual railroads that made up Conrail, George.
Really?
That's got to be pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
While we're doing some switching, why don't you turn up the volume, if you can, on that remote. Can you turn up the volume on that big boy? Get some volume on there. That big boy is impressive. Real Toy Trains asking if we're running ZWs. Yep, that's how we got post-war ZWs that we're running the layout off of. We've got post-war ZWs, and then we've got I think it's an L underneath that's running the switches. But that's what I grew up with. I've got a bunch of ZWs like that, so we're using these. They work well so far, so good. With those post-war ZWs, they have a slow circuit breaker in there, so we use some quick blow circuit breakers. You can kind of see them down there, 7 amp quick blows to keep it from
from frying the electronics with the old circuit breakers there. So Conrail 8098 says, I've been busy, finished up his layout, putting up some Mark's piers and getting the track wired up. That's pretty cool. Well, there you go. I'm on the Y. This is actually, we have a lot of fun operating the layout here. It's going to be a lot more fun when we get that second level, but just we've got going what we need going here. So PGH Train Fanatic says, I'm headed out, guys. Nice show. I love the layout. It's going to be fun watching it grow. Well, hey, I hope to see you around. Hopefully you come around and enjoy the live stream here just as much as we enjoy the live streams that you do, right? And enjoy your content. It's good stuff.
Yes. Thank you for coming.
So speaking of heading out, we're it's a school night for George. George got to go to school as much as he hates to admit it. How long do you want to do the stream tonight? Do you want to do the stream to 8 or 7:30?
7:30.
Yeah, I got some homework. So we'll be cutting out at 7:30, which is a little bit shorter than we have been doing our Sunday streams when we do a Sunday stream. But it's going to give you an opportunity to go over and see Grandpa's trains. He's got a live stream over there, so do some live stream hopping. Head on over there.
Let me say that. What? Going to Grandpa's house?
Not our Grandpa, but that's the name of his channel, Grandpa's Trains. Grandpa's Trains. So, George, on our layout, what's the next thing that you want to do? We've been spending a lot of time doing our live streams on the YouTube channel, which is really kind of cool. But that said, we should get some agenda items out here on the layout and put together a checklist and start getting some of those done. You know what I'd really like to do too is Trains and Things makes these really nice dwarf signals, and I'd like to get some of those going here on the track and get them lit and operating. What do you think, George?
Oh, cool. I'll have to teach you how to do it. It's yeah, they're pretty cool. They're easy to wire too. But yeah, if you haven't seen them, I think he's got a link on his YouTube channel. So yeah, if you wanna purchase them, they're really nice. And yeah, just go to there, and they're really cool too. So yeah.
So Railfan JK is headed out. Good to see you, Railfan JK. Thanks for hanging out with us. That you have.
Yeah, thank you.
If you're not done with YouTubing, make sure that you pop back on a little bit later and hit Grandpa's Trains over there.
Yeah.
See his live stream.
See ya.
So, all right. So, what do you want to do with the layout, George?
I don't know. I think, well, I want to wire that switch over there, and then I'm done with all the switches for the bottom of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. Turn the bottom. Maybe start working on the second one to get that going. Not sure how hard or easy that'll be, but yeah, just depends on how you want it to be. But yeah. What's that? What was that one? There's like a TV show.
Yeah. South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was
South Park.
nice.
Nice. Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Nice. So D. Klinger says, I just ordered 2 trailer cars that have container mounts on them for his trailer intermodal train. Cool. Well, we got well, that's really neat that you got those. Those intermodal trains are really cool. We saw one of the things that we like to do when we're over there at Prairie State Railroad Club. That's where we do a lot of our rail fanning. The Prairie State Railroad Club, we love to watch the intermodals come by and see the graffiti on the intermodals. I just saw my favorite one. I might have to make a picture of it for the next live stream. My favorite intermodal graffiti that I've ever seen.
What was it?
It was like a monster one. It was
Bro, dude, there's a guy who did a Pickle Rick graffiti. And that was just like, oh man. It's a TV show. It's
yeah? Oh, that you showed it to me, yeah.
Yeah, Pickle Rick graffiti, and it was just like, oh my gosh. That was. I haven't seen it personally, but maybe that's why.
That could be. I think that from you just smashing it down.
Sorry, guys. Anyways, go try this at home. We're trained professionals. Anyways.
So, hey, Real Troy Train says, I forgot to mention that I used to be a conductor for the CSX, and I'd love to answer any questions for you guys. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. All right, I gotta find a way to stop those trains. One-way train.
I think you just made all of these young gun train guys jealous being a conductor on the railroad. I think that there's a lot of people that like to do that. I know that's one of the things on George's list that he'd like to do someday down the road.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it'd be cool, but I'd rather train stay a hobby than a job. You know what I mean? But yeah. Real toy trains. How are you guys liking the SD70 T4s? Those are like gotta be honestly in my mind have to be one of the ugliest Tier 4 engines ever.
Just scoot it up here, George, and not getting into the yellow. Yes. Had to say that at least once. Had to say that at least once, George.
But yeah, those gotta be like the ugliest Tier 4s ever. I do not like those. But yeah.
716 Railfan says he used to work for the railroads after high school. So did my dad.
Yeah, I remember it.
George Werder, the original OG
The
George.
Monon, but,
Worked for the Monon. I can't remember all of the railroads.
Monon, Santa Fe, L&N, I think.
No, he didn't work for the L&N.
Oh.
Hey, Angel Garcia. Better late than never, Angel.
That's right. We gotta hook up with him. He's been asking to hang out, so yeah, we should find a date so we can I don't know, just hang out again, catch up. But yeah.
So why don't you turn down the Monon's engine there and speak up a little bit for me, George. The batteries are going dead on that. Good to see you, Angel. Thanks for swinging by. We're about ready to wind down the stream here. We're gonna wind down at 7:30. Poor George, it's a school night. George is not liking those words. It's a school night. And George is actually one of the few kids here in Illinois, anyhow, that's in a district that's in-person schooling still. So George is headed to school.
Oh yeah.
Headed to school.
Yep, that's the thing.
So Lambo's on his way out. Have a great week. We'll see you around the Roundhouse, Lambo. See you on Friday.
Yes, see you on Friday.
Be prepared to watch George cry. Yeah. Pay up my health insurance so we can send you over to that therapist again.
Yeah? You
Yeah.
have to pull out your life savings or something like that?
Well, you see my life savings. I've invested my retirement. I've invested in two things in my retirement. George, I've invested in George right here. For those of you who don't know, he's a left-handed pitcher, so I've invested in his left arm right there. Hopefully that's one retirement. And the other one is lottery tickets. I'm thinking that the lottery tickets are a better bet than George's arm. But hey, you got to invest in something for your retirement. That's what I've invested in.
You might have to hit up some of those Tesla stocks.
Oh my God! No, that Tesla would have been nice. Oh, you know the other thing I did? I bought a bunch of trades because I hear that trades really go up in value all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Larry Archer says, thanks for the info on that breaker. I've been sitting in the background quietly listening to you guys. Catch you later. You're welcome, Larry.
Larry Archer. What's it, Baker?
Oh, all right. Sorry, Larry Archer. I didn't mean to call you Larry Baker. Larry. So we'll see you around the Roundhouse. And if you need any more of that information on that breaker, look, I found this one. Ready? And email address. Look at that.
Dang.
Oh yeah, we're nothing but high tech here at the GFW Trains World Headquarters. High tech stuff.
Yeah.
Boom. Trainbuds@gmail.com. Boom.
That's right. That's
Oop.
right.
That's not it. That's the earbuds. Here. Email address. There we go.
Bam. Look at that.
So all right. So the best loco we had was the AC 6000s that were not derated to the 4,400 horsepower. That's what Real Toy Train says about CSX, George.
Oh, yeah. AC6000s are cool. My cousin recently got a Lionel AC6000.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's, I think, one of his favorite engines, and he likes that one a lot. But, yeah. Chris Cosby. How's it going, man?
Hey, Christopher Cosby's here, huh? Good to see you, Christopher. Which words? Steam bricks. There we go. Boom. Thanks for swinging by.
Yeah, thanks for coming by. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, he is the one who made my
Master Builder.
Yeah, that's right.
Christopher Cosby, Steam Bricks here. What do you do?
He made my Lego Big Boy, which is really cool. And that one's an 8-wide Lego Big Boy. So and it's actually, I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure. I think you told me this, but it's the same exact size as the Vision Line Big Boy, which is kind of cool. So it's as long as the Vision Line Big Boy, and yeah, it's really cool.
Anyone want to see that Lego Big Boy? Anyone out there want to see that Lego Big Boy? We might have to end our stream with you showing off or showing that Lego Big Boy. It's pretty impressive.
Yes, it is.
What do you think? We get a thumbs up for anybody wanting to see that Lego Big Boy? So you're gonna have our man Steam Brick show off a little bit. It is one of the finest pieces of my own creation Lego project I've ever seen. It is truly magnificent.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It is really amazing.
So Randall Ellison's, he says it's supposed to be 147.
Oh, okay, so then yeah, I haven't put it up like against the Vision Line Big Boy yet, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but yeah, that sounds about right. Then, yeah.
So Randall Ellison says if I can find that issue, I might do a short video and show you guys what trains did to match each railroad with each Brady Bunch character. Feel free to make guesses. That's a pretty good one. So George, why don't you run up and get that? We'll sign out on the GFW trains.
Take the camera upstairs. I don't want to take it downstairs. The big boy.
Oh, you can do. All right. We'll go upstairs. I'm gonna go on a little field trip here. You guys get to see the back room of not only the GFW Trains Worldwide Studios here. You get to see probably GFW Trains and Family Worldwide Studios. So as you can see, we're down here in the basement, and George not only has a love of O gauge trains, he also has a love of HO gauge trains, N gauge trains. He's got just about everything. But another one of them that started it off was his HO trains.
You mean Lego?
Or I'm sorry, his Lego trains. And he's got a lot of good Lego trains. And this is one of his best. And like I said here, Steam Bricks, who is on the stream right now, made this. And
Alright, I'll like slide it into that.
Okay. You can pick it up and put it on here, can't you?
Yeah, I just was afraid to take it down the stairs.
Wait till you see this. It always blows me away at how cool this is. And it's made out of Legos, too. Steam Brick says, I took a few liberties on the scale to accommodate the small Lego turns. That's right, because this will run. Even though it's so big, it runs on the Lego track. So, George is having some troubles here. He wasn't expecting to do this. Why didn't you just bring the whole... So he's having a little bit of issues. So while George is getting this ready, I'll start doing some of the sign out work here. You see the sign up there to the trains? It's going downstairs. See what I did there? Pretty good, huh? Pretty good. For those of you that join us tonight, we'll be back on Friday. We'll be doing our Fast Friday. George has been jammed up the last couple Fridays with some school stuff. Right now, he doesn't have anything on his calendar, but the way is up and down as everything is with school and schedules and everything like that. It's really difficult to tell. So if we're not on Friday, we'll also try and get on Sunday like we did. We at least want to try and do one stream a week, and that's what we've been doing. So George is lining up this big boy. About ready to see this and sign out. And then the other thing is when we get done with our sign out here, make sure that you make it over to Grandpa's Trains and see his live stream. He's got a live stream over there. I always hate when we have a couple of people that are overlapping on their live streams because we've got such a cool railroad community here that it's always really neat that we do this stuff and that we're helping each other out. So I'm not doing this thing justice. There it is. There's that big boy. George, why don't you grab one of the trains up there on the shelf just so to give the scale. This is the Lego Big Boy. This is pretty amazing. I have to tell you, Christopher, this is one of the most amazing works of Legos that I've ever seen. That's a Alco, the Alco, a Lionel Alco, compared to the Isn't that magnificent? Really good work. Really good work. Well, we've had a good time here, friends, and thank you for joining us. It's funny that we're ending the stream here upstairs. I'm sure that if Mrs. GFW Trains knew that we were doing this, she would probably have a conniption. So George, why don't you come over here? All right. So great stream. Thanks everybody for joining us. Make sure you go over there to Grandpa's Trains. Check out his live stream since we're done here. And we'll see you around the roundhouse.
Oh, let's hit you on the way out.
Wait. Yeah, Bash Brothers. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We'll see you around.